Hello guys, my name is Ahmad Balarin as you know, and today is my quarterly review. As you see, here is on 5th of August. I already take all the information and I just want to make a video to upload it on my YouTube channel. As you see here is my quarterly review. The first question is best sanction. The best sanction that I realized that my trades are doing well is London and New York overlap, and how my rule performance is the second question. Seriously, I follow my rule, but not all the time. I just follow it sometimes. That's why, and my data shows that is about 20% was follow. All my trades, I took many trades for this quarter, for for last 3 months, but I just follow 20% of those trades. I just follow 20% of rule out of 100%, out of hundreds of trades, or maybe when we put the trade on percentage, I follow 20. Best emotional weakness is greed and fear. Sometimes I am afraid to pull a trigger even though all my criteria has been aligned. And sometimes when I see that I'm making profit, I'm holding the profit too long to where I am moving my take profits. And that's what I realize. Maybe when I place my take profits 1:3 or 1:5 and I see the price is near to touch it, I'm moving it again. And that costs me a lot because most of the trades I'll see that I supposed to get profit. I supposed to take a profit at that level, but I move it, and the price went to where I place the first, where I plan for the first, and reverse aggressively without me taking the profits. Sometimes when I close my trading window, I'll just come and see that it's crashed. Maybe I am losing most of the trades because of this. That's is a that's are my base. That's are my base emotional weakness. Seriously, what's the fourth question is what is your highest probability pattern? Seriously, a high probability pattern is for me is a pattern that I realize and I even backtest it, but to put in work, but to execute it is what is the hardest for me. Seriously, all my trades are not following the same pattern that I backtest or that I set a rule on, because I set a mechanical rules that I just enter a trade when there is a liquidity sweep and break of structure. That break of structure will be with a displacement, and I will wait for the pullback. I will wait for pullback to order block or fair value gap that form during this huge move, or that during this as before that cause the break of structure. And I will wait when the price touch it, and I will just enter when the price touch the order block or a fair value and shows the sign of reversing. So even though it touch it, I am waiting for liquidity sweep in lower time frame before pulling my trigger. But seriously, all this what I'm saying, I'm not following it exactly, and that is the purpose of me taking this doing this video, so as to document it, and I will keep showing up, and I will keep putting on work to see that I pass this level of greed and fear. Greed and fear is normally with us, we human being, but I am trying to make that patterns in the way that will not affect my trades. Then the fifth question is your win rate. I have for this quarterly I have 21% win rate, and average risk to my average risk to reward is 1:5. And what is your quarterly improvement? All what I realize, what my data shows for this quarterly is I usually get the importance of fixing some risks to my trades, because sometimes I'm risking 5% of my capital, sometimes I'm risking 2%, and that's and because of that, sometimes when I lose, when I lose, I'll see that I place when I win, I will see that I place the trade with a low, maybe with a one. I reach just 1% and I will win the trade, and I win the trade. And when I lose, sometimes I lose 5%, 2%. You see, even though with 1:5, when I reach 1% and I make 5%, let's say with a 1:5 risk to reward ratio, and in one trade I just lose the 5%. You see, that's did not make sense. But what can make sense is to fix one risking percentage. If you fix, you will just want risk 0.5 of your capital, stick to it for the rest of your quarterly or of your yearly review. You will see the improvement. For this quarter, it's just I just realized that for this quarter, and my data show me that, and my data shows that I'm not just saying what I just want, because I am journaling my trades so as to get a data to adjust or to create some rules for my what as my data shows what I mean. I get extreme my weakness. I get exactly my weakness because for this quarterly, seriously, I get my weakness, and I make sure that I will set a principle that will handle those situations, and my win rate increase, not like the first quarterly review. Seriously, my win rate increased because the last quarterly review, I have about 19% 19 or maybe 85, 80, 18.5. I mean, for the last quarterly review, and the question 8 says, what is your goals for the next quarterly? Seriously, my goal is to increase my discipline and to be aware with my emotion that leads to me to make bad decisions. Yeah, my goal is just to increase my discipline because I have a mechanical rule, but I didn't follow it. I can't follow them. That's is a lack of discipline. That is a lack of discipline, seriously. Then the ninth question asks, what is your highest losing streak? Yeah, for the last quarterly, my highest losing streak is 15 trades in a row. But in this quarterly review, my data shows that I have about 21 trades in a row that I lose. And the 11th question asks, number 10, the question 10 says, asks me, what is your highest win rate? Yeah, my highest win rate for this quarterly, I just win 2 trades in a row. I would win 2 trades in a row, lose another, win another 2, but is not higher than 2 trades in a row. And my win and my losing streak is about 21 trades in a row. You see, when there is not fixed percentage of risks per trade, that can cost me a lot. When I risk maybe 5% and I be in my losing streak. You see that's 5% times 20. I lose the account. I lose about 100% of the account. Two, I blow the account. That makes me to realize that I'm supposed to fix a certain risk limit that I will stay even though I am in my losing streak. My losing streak already. My data shows that I have 21 trades, 21 lose trades in row, and now to be sure, I just fix about 3%. I'm just risking 3% of my capital if if the probability is high to a given trade. I just risk 3%, which means 3% of my capital. I will lose 20 trades or 30 trades in a row before reaching 60% of my capital. And to be sure seriously, if I will follow my plan, I will be disciplined enough. This losing streak won't be 21 trades. My losing streak won't be 21 trades if I will be disciplined enough. Then the 11th question asks me, are you profitable for the quarterly? Not seriously, I'm not profitable. Even though I lose many in this quarterly, I founded one founded challenge, one 10K founded challenge, and I blow a $200 account. For some people, this is not many, but me, as I now and how I'm struggling to make a fortune, is a lot seriously. But this cannot make me to see or to say that I'm weak or I'm too lazy or something like that, because I know everything that's a human can do, another human can do if he or she puts in work. Then the 12th question, the 11th question does not finish. What will increase the chance of me being profitable, being disciplined to follow my plan? Seriously, if I will follow a strict rule that I set, I will be profitable in a long way. Even though it's small, I know. Even though I will compound my account in 1%, I know that it will grow. How can you force yourself to be a new version of yourself? First is to keep showing up. Even though I'm blowing account, I'm failing funding challenge, or I'm risking my fee in funding challenge. If I keep showing up, I know that I will make a fortune. Recognizing my weakness to work on them is the next way to push myself to go or to be a new version of myself, to put on work, to work on my weaknesses. Even though 1 per quarter or 2 per quarter, I will make it by the grace of God and improve my discipline. This is my first way to push myself to the new vision of myself is to keep showing up, to be disciplined enough, and to recognize my weaknesses to work on them. That is all for my quarterly review. As I Don't forget, and as you know, my name is Ahmad Balarin. Don't forget that the journey is my